So hello guys, what's up and welcome back to my YouTube channel. It's me, your girl barrister Neze, and this is Nezeville. So I believe that we all know of the beautiful, dazzling Stella Damascus. Yes, I said Damascus. If you don't like it, take me to court. We all know of our dazzling Stella, one of the veterans in old Nollywood. So many of us grew up admiring her, watching her, and loving her. Her style, passion, and delivery, and how she could manufacture tears in an instant always had us. She was just that girl, our fave, and I have a full video, a full documentary dedicated to her. So if you get to watch that documentary, I'm going to leave the link down in the description box. You can watch it. Stella first got married in 1999 to her husband, Jaye. Jaye was an entrepreneur and a musician. Jaye comes from a very big, well-off family, the Aboderis. They are the ones that founded popular Nigerian newspaper, The Punch. Stella married Jaye when she was only 21. He was her first love, her first heartthrob, her first everything. They were married for 5 years and they had 2 daughters together. Stella has often described their marriage as perfect, so loving, so deep. So, in fact, the word is perfect. And they lived in unison happily until tragedy struck. On December the 3rd, 2004, Jaye suddenly slumped while playing basketball with his friends. He was pronounced dead even before he could get to the hospital, and medical reports revealed that he died from a heart attack. He was only 33 years of age. Jaye's passing will lead to a chain of significant events that would unravel in Stella's life that has now brought us to this video and to where we are now. But before we get into that, before you all start getting gloomy and sad, that is not the intent of this video. It is Christmas and we all are supposed to be in jolly moods. As you guys can see, I wore my color red for you. And I do not want to dampen our excitement. So let us take a quick public service announcement. Let me show you guys what I got for Christmas from Temu. Alright, so what do we have here? First, I have this Christmas decor balls. Guys, if you are a mom of toddler, you would know that you need a pack of this every week because the below part of my Christmas tree is empty. Don't ask me how it happened. Toddler moms would understand. Next, I got this thermal wears. I've been trying to get something that would really keep me from feeling so cold when I go out, and the types I've been buying are just like leggings, but these ones, they're super thick and they have that insulator stuff inside it. Then I got 3 sets of nightwears. Something for the winter. You know, you don't need all those sexy luxury things when it's winter. So I got this very comfortable and cute girly nightwears. I'm going to leave the link to everything I bought down in the description box so you can buy them at amazing discounts. I'm going to give you guys all the cocoa. This very cute Christmas themed one, the fabric to die for, and this one, comfy and salesy. Next, I got this insulated warmers. I've learned my lesson from the last one where I bought something very small, so I did the measuring and this just works perfectly well and is vacuum. I got this set of kitchen utensils. It has everything inside of it, and the color, oh my god, I love it. It blends so well with my kitchen. Next I got was this bedspread. It's very simple. I got it for my master bedroom, so I didn't get anything too colorful and girly like I'll typically do. Got these water bottles. I can use them for the gym or my kids can take them to school. Got this in case my husband wants to watch movies and I want to go to bed. Okay, no, I'm not really my makeup. Then next I got this microphone stand. I just got a podcast mic and this will come in very handy. Then I got some other little stuff like my measuring tape just in case I need to shop online. Comes in very handy so you can get the dimensions of what you're buying. It's 10-pack Christmas themed lip balm. Then I got this eyeliner because what's an eye makeup without some extended cat eyes. I got these toe separators, so if you want to do your pedicure at home I need to keep the toes away from themselves so they don't stain themselves. And then I wrapped up my shopping with these key holders. Now, if you do not know, there is $100 free coupon bundle for all users, and for new users, even more jara for you. You can shop everything that I just bought for an extra 90% off its original price, and you can do that by downloading Temu and using this code. Search this code on the Temu app, or simply click the link that I'm going to leave down in the description box and pinned in the comment section. Happy shopping. So let's get back to the story. When Stella lost Jaye, she was devastated, hurt and broken. Oh, there was no consoling her. He was that husband, that kind of lover who cared so deeply for her. He couldn't even stand her inconvenience, not to talk about sad or upset. He showered her with excess love and he pampered her. And just 5 years into the marriage, he left her with 2 little children. She was just 26, starting her whole life. She lost her bearing. She was in shock. She didn't know what to do. But life, as they say, would always go on. It doesn't mean that the pain is all washed away or that you are all good and fine. No. But one just has to find a way to deal with it. One has to find a way to pick oneself. You're not just going to sit there waiting for your grief to pass away. One will typically be expected to live again. And so did Stella. So in 2007, 3 years after Jaye passed, Stella met a man called Emeka in Zeribe, and they got married. Emeka was not into entertainment. He was a corporate personality. He was into business administration, project development, and finance. When Stella and Emeka's relationship was made public, it was greeted with mixed feelings. Of course, our society and its harsh standards for women expected that Stella or every other widow should be mourning her husband. Oh, they expected that she mourned forever. So they were questioning, what is she looking for? Just 3 years after her husband passed? After all, she already has children. Abina she kill him? So there were those comments, but a good number of people understood that Stella was only 26. She got married at 21 and 5 years later, her husband passed. So many reasonable people understood that she was not supposed to stay single and unmarried for the rest of her life until her 80s. After all, the vow was until death do us part. No be so. So Emeka and Stella tied the knot in 2007. But most unfortunately, that marriage lasted only 7 months. They split and divorced only shortly after the marriage was entered into, and that marriage bore no children. Neither Stella nor Emeka have spoken extensively into what caused their split, but Stella at some time or the other had hinted on abuse, and so she proceeded with her life. Man no die, man no rotten, isn't it? She went on hard, pushing her career, her personal growth, and all of these other activities. But you know human nature. Regardless of how focused one is or one believes he or she is, the need to feel loved, to feel cared for, to feel wanted, to feel affection still remains a basic human desire. So after some time, after a few years, Stella met and began dating movie director Daniel Ademinoko, and 6 years after her divorce from Emeka, she tied the knot with Daniel. Now, it was at this point that things began to get very sore and negative for Stella, especially in the public space. The backlash and the taunting for Stella was not only limited to the fact that Daniel was her third marriage, and the African moral police do not expect that a woman should have that many husbands in a lifetime. It was further compounded by the fact that Daniel had an estranged wife, and there was very serious controversy around the both of them. Stella's new husband, Daniel, was first married to Nollywood actress Doris Simeon, and they both had a son together. According to Doris, she and Daniel had no issue. The marriage was not troubled. There was no wahala. It was just the usual misunderstandings that every regular couple might have. I don't like this, you like this, I don't want that, I want that. You know, those regular things that happen. That one day, Daniel woke up and said that he wants to take their son somewhere. Let me just go down to this supermarket. I'm coming, my love. And fiam, the man disappeared. Disappeared and absconded from the marriage without notice, without divorce, without conversation, without drama, he just packed up and left with their child. Doris almost ran mad. Not only for the fact that she was mourning the loss of a marriage that happened suddenly, according to her, but for the fact that their little child, a little boy just turning about 4, was taken away from her forcefully and suddenly. She cried out that Daniel had kidnapped their child. And she begged Daniel, she kept on begging Daniel to return the boy to her. He is still so tender. He needs the care and the nurturing of his mother, even if you don't want the marriage again. But all pleas by Doris fell on deaf ears. Daniel relocated to the United States with the baby, where he began a new life with Stella. Now, this was the trigger. This was the beginning of the tarnishment and the bastardization of Stella's name, image, and brand. First, people had this general belief that Stella played a role in the breakdown of the marriage between Doris and Daniel. Remember what I told you? Whenever there's a new woman that comes into, or a new person, not even gender specific, whenever a new person comes into a recently divorced person's life, people would generally and automatically assume that that new person was in the picture. That new person had the hand or was the cause of that breakup in the first place. And Stella's case was no different. That's just exactly what happened between Ibinabo, Agatha Amata, and Fred Amata. So people had that belief, that concept, that it was Stella that made Daniel to run away from Doris unannounced. They blamed her for it and they gave her the tag of husband stealer. Secondly, was the fact that Daniel literally snatched a young child from the breasts of his mother without the mother's consent or knowledge, and then moved in and moved on with Stella. So this naturally attracted sympathy for Doris, who was viewed as a victim. A lot of people expected that Stella, as a mother herself, should have done everything and anything within her reach and control to ensure that her man returned another woman's child to her. But Stella stayed silent in all of these. I believe she was like, oh, I don't want to put my mouth in this another person's marriage. So she kept mute about the whole thing. But was her silence golden? I doubt, because a lot of people misconstrued her silence as aiding her husband, or at best condoning it. And don't forget that a lot of Stella's fans were women and are women. So these women quickly turned against her, viewing her actions as a betrayal to a fellow woman. They were like, okay, so because your own spoil, you won't come spoil another person's own. Not good, Stella. This husband snatching scandal injured Stella's reputation very seriously and took a huge toll on her overall brand. And that is why sometimes I will say it is not all relationships that are worth pursuing, really. Especially when they have a very high potential of damaging your long-term goals, your reputation, your image, erode your legacy and your credibility. You might feel like, oh, nothing matters again. I'm in love. That's the most... Yes, love and attraction might seem ultimate momentarily. It might feel paramount at the moment. It is still very crucial to weigh the long-term consequences of being associated or yoked with certain individuals or in certain situations. This situation was not befitting at all for Stella's years of hard work, brand, and legacy. And the worst part, the absolute worst part for Stella, is that it backfired. Assuming the marriage lasted forever and they're still together today, the love is blossoming, then it might be some consolation for the loss of her reputation. But it backfired. What made it worse is that the man still strayed away in the exact same way and fashion that he left Doris. The same way he left his wife was the way he left Stella. No talk, no confrontation, the woman was assuming that there's no problem, we're happily married, we are peaceful, we are jollificating, we are jubilating. No quanta, no, I want to divorce, this thing you are doing is paining me, nothing like that. The man just woke up and moved on. While Stella was there, thinking she still had a husband. She said that she found out that she was no longer married, that she was divorced on YouTube. The man didn't even give her the honor, the respect, the courtesy of telling her, okay, I am tired. I don't want to do it again. I'm moving on. She got her divorce papers from YouTube videos.
I pride myself in being a respectful person. A lot of things were said about me on YouTube because that's how I found out that my marriage had ended, on YouTube. Yeah, I didn't know that my marriage had ended. Yeah.
Let's just stop here for a minute. What do you mean you didn't know your marriage had ended?
Well, the man in question traveled and was supposed to be away for a while and was supposed to come back. And a few days after the man traveled, my phone was buzzing. I received messages from people saying, what's going on? Are you okay? Why didn't you tell me that there was something wrong? Blah, 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 blah. Then I'm like, what are all these links they are sending me? And I'm like, Woman, Isabel, let's go. Something's up. Let's put YouTube for me. And I'm there typing my name. And before I'm done typing my name, videos just start coming up. Stella's dead marriage crashes. Karma is a bitch. This, that. There's Stella in this, that. I'm like, wait, what? I didn't know that, And I called, we had a conversation, and even at that time, I still didn't know that anything like that had happened until I got the final call to say, no, I'm not coming back. I'm like, oh, wow, okay,
So that was how this serial runaway husband left Stella the same way he left Doris. She ended up losing out on everything. She lost the marriage. She lost her reputation. She lost the public affection and respect that she once had. It was just a lose-lose situation. Ever since Daniel left Stella in 2020, she has neither gotten remarried or even has been known to be romantically linked to any other man. And so a few days ago, a certain blog on Instagram broke this news. Let me read a part of it for you. Actress Stella Damasus is now a billionaire to the tune of, she put the figure which I wouldn't mention. Well, her daughters own the money, courtesy of her late first husband, Jaye Aboderi's family. You can take this info to the bank. This blog's sources in the financial world confirm that the money was handed to the actress, who has temporarily relocated to Nigeria with her 2 adult daughters. The sources say that after Jaye died, a trust fund named Estate of Jaye Aboderi was opened by the Aboderins, and the account was fixed for Jaye's 2 daughters in one of the merchant banks. The money as at this year accumulated to the tune of so billions, and Stella, who has been living in America, relocated to Nigeria early 2024 to access the funds which she recently got to know existed. We will stop there. In addition to this, after this news broke, we saw Stella throw a party in commemoration of her husband's 20th year of passage, and it was really an emotional one. She penned heartfelt, sweet messages for her late husband, and her daughters were there. They were crying, and it was so touching. While some people understood and respected what Stella was doing, some other people were not having it. According to this set of people that were not having it, they were like, to them, it was like eating your cake and having it, reaping where you did not sow. They were like, Stella was not one that stayed faithful to her husband's family or loyal to her husband's family. She went ahead falling in love every Eke Market day, as they put it, and having several other marriages after her late husband. They questioned why after all of these adventures, she would then come back to benefit from the man's financial legacy. And they were like, oh yes, they knew that it was a trust fund in the daughters' names, in his daughters' names, but realistically speaking, we all know who would control the money or who would benefit most from it. The reactions are everywhere. In this particular blog post, for example, we saw comments like, the family are great people. Stella, where they sleep around, is now reaping what she didn't sow. And you got to see the number of likes that comment amassed. This particular person, Balemba Juliet, a woman, a fellow woman, said, I learned she married twice after the death of her husband. So why crying over him so much when she found love in other men's arms. And we have so much of these kinds of comments coming in. So what are your thoughts on this? Do you agree with this set of people who believe that her coming to benefit from her late husband's legacy after she has moved on and married several times after she lost him is not fair? It's like eating her cake and having it. And the way she openly mourns him does not sit too well with them? Or are you with the second group of people who believe that whatever the man kept for her or for his children, she deserves it, as she has been raising the children single-handedly since he passed, regardless of whether she got married to 15 men after him or not? And if she chooses to mourn her late husband 20 years after, even if she has been through 20 marriages, it is still her prerogative, and there is absolutely nothing wrong with that. Do drop your thoughts on which of these schools of thoughts you fall under. Drop your thoughts down in the comment section. Some people have even said, oh, what if she finds love and marriage again for the first time? So another man will now benefit from what another man has kept. Also drop in the comment section what you think. If she or a woman in her situation finds love and marriage for the fourth time, if it is advisable for her to give it a go. Let us get your thoughts down in the comment section. Well, I think Stella is a woman that life happens to. And she tried rising above her pain, but at every point in time, she kept getting it wrong. I think maybe she never really got over Jaye, her first husband. I think maybe that was just her one true only love. You know, sometimes when you get that loving, sweet, perfect husband, sometimes you don't get it twice in a lifetime. And I think Jaye was that one for her. I think during the short period of her marriage with him, he gave her such bliss, peace, and joy that she kept on searching for in other men, but unfortunately, no one could meet the bar. I pray that God grants her peace, upholds her, and heals her pain. Do drop all you think down in the comment section. So guys, yes, we have come to the end of today's video. If you're new here, you are seeing my face for the first time, or if you've been watching without subscribing, don't forget to hit the subscribe button, give this video a big thumbs up, drop all your comments down in the comment section, and stay glued, for we have so much more coming your way. It's me, your girl, Barrister Neze, and this is Nezeville. I'll see you guys in my next one, and have yourself a very merry Christmas. Bye guys. Bye.